Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This Mexican guy, and he's something else. I found out his name when my son was taking food up for this elderly woman up to her apartment, and he came over to my son and asked him, was he stealing this food? And my son told him, no, I'm taking this up for this lady. And he was like, where's she at? Because this guy, like, I guess is homeless or something to that effect. It's complicated, and so he came over. The Mexican guy came over to the car because I help her also with her food, and he said he was homeless. He doesn't have clothes and he's hungry. So the lady gave he said, well, go get you some bags and I'll give you some food. And so he came back with bags and she gave him some because she gets this food from church, and she likes to help people when she brings the food home, and she gives me a little something too for helping her. So he came back with a bag, and she gave him some stuff, and then he explained to her again that he has no clothes. He needs clothes, and he has no place to stay. And she told him, "Well, I can get some clothes for my son," and asked him his size and stuff. And she said, "Come back later, and she'll give him some clothes." And I went up to her house. This is after we got all the food situated and stuff. I seen him, and I said, "What's your name?" And because the lady wanted me to tell him that he can come up here and get some clothes in a few minutes. And he said, "My name is Brian." I said, "Brian." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." Now there aren't any Mexican men named Brian whatsoever. So I know he was lying about his name being Brian. Brian, I don't think so. Mexicans normally have Mexican names, and it sure ain't gonna be Brian. They either Raul, Jose, Juan, names like that. There is no Mexican that came right across that freaking border named freaking Brian. So it's like, why are you telling me your name is Brian? And so, um, weeks have passed after that. Well, he got the clothes and stuff, and but weeks have passed, and somehow that elderly lady was talking to my next door neighbor, and she wanted to see that Brian again because she wanted to give Brian something else. And this was like a couple of days when this happened, and she said that guy named Brian. He said Brian. It's like that guy that, and he said that's not Brian. His name is Mitchell. And when she told me that, I was like, that guy name ain't no freaking Mitchell. I mean, I can see it. Brian would be his name first before Mitchell. There is no Mexicans named Mitchell. None whatso freaking ever. Their name ain't Brian, and their name sure ain't freaking Mitchell. It's like, and she said because when the elderly woman said, then why did he say his name was Brian? He said because he probably was afraid of the police. It's like telling me your name is Brian is not. It's like I don't get it. I have nothing to do with the police. I don't go around turning Mexicans in, even though he needs to be turned in, but just lying. But he said he was from Texas, and I seriously doubt that. This guy looks fresh from across that freaking border, and now he looks stale. He looks stale across that border because he's been over here too freaking long. So I know he just didn't get over here. Uh, but his name being Brian, I hate liars, and his name being Mitchell. The guy who lives next door to me said his name was Mitchell. He's a liar too. Brian is just telling him all these different names because there is no Mexicans named Mitchell or Brian. So because their names would be like if I could see John, they're saying John because John and Juan go hand in hand. They're the same. That's the The equivalent to John is Juan. And it's like, why are you lying? And Enrique is Eric, I believe. And it's like, don't go around lying about your name when you know darn well anybody with their right mind knows there is no Mexicans out here named Brian or freaking Mitchell. And definitely not Mitchell. I can see Brian before Mitchell. Alrighty, I'm going to end this video right here. If you guys like this video, hit like. If you want to share this video, share it. If you want to comment on this video, comment. And you guys have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.